for coming. My name is Martha.
My name is Sahib.
My name is Derek.
Yeah, and today we're going to talk about teamwork. I have some questions. The first question is, whenever we go looking whenever we go out looking for a job, most employers ask for team players. Would you call yourself a team player, and what are some of the characteristics of a team player?
I would say that, yeah, I am a team player because, of course, back in high school, there are group projects and stuff that we would have to do for an assignment or something.
Mm-hmm.
And like always in the group, I would always try and get the work that I was assigned in the group to get it done, and try and help anyone else in my group if they're struggling or something like that. So, and then some of the good characteristics of a person in a group would be leadership. Leadership is always a good thing to have in a group, so that they can help try and guide you through the project or whatever you have to do, and help out anybody in the group as well. So
Yeah, definitely. Being a team player means that you're committed to one another. You have trust built up in one another. So definitely, like I used to work in a warehouse back in the summer, and it was packaging school supplies. You couldn't do it all by yourself because one person had to go fetch the supplies, one person had to throw it in the box, then the other person had to load the trucks.
Mm-hmm.
So, being in that certain type of a team, it required a lot of trust in one another to get the work done. So I think some of the major skills are like he said, leadership, everyone on the same page, and everyone doing what they're supposed to do.
Another question is, research shows that in most group working together produce more solution to a problem than individual working by themselves. What are some of the reasons of groups being effective?
Groups are definitely effective because, if you guys are working on something, you guys can come together with your ideas, kind of collaborate with that, and come up with kind of the best thing that you guys think that would be best for whatever you're doing. And as an individual, you don't really have that kind of thing. You just have to think of something, and then that's what you go with.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, in a group, you can just work together and figure out what you want to do.
So definitely, in a group, there's a lot more perspective going into one situation, whereas by yourself, you're alone and you only have your own opinion. But in a group, you got different members that you can ask for help. You guys can all come together, work on it, and it's honestly just different perspectives. I think that is the main thing.
The other question is, what should you consider when choosing whether a problem should be solved by a group or individually?
Well, so if a problem should be solved by a group, say two group members in the same group have a problem with an idea or something, you guys, everybody in the group can come together and kind of collaborate on the idea and kind of come up with a compromise and that works for everyone. But if you were to solve, and then in a group, if you needed to solve a problem individually, it would be a smaller problem, something that you could do, of course, by yourself. So it just just something really simple that that you can do instead of not bothering your group or something like that, and so that you get your work done. So
Yeah, I think it it starts with how big the problem is. Like you said, if it's something small, you should probably do it by yourself because it's gonna be the best strategy rather than getting everyone else involved in it. But if it's something that you're not gonna be able to do by yourself, yeah, then it's definitely best to get others to help you. So
people have created these mediated groups like in Facebook instead of meeting face to face. What are some of the problems faced with these virtual groups?
So kind of something with the virtual groups, so say your group has a conference call with one another. people can just kind of tone out the conference call and be working, say, on something else, and then they don't, they're not really paying attention to what everyone in the group is saying. And then also, kind of with, face like over the computer, like face over the computer chat kind of things. Someone could be looking at the computer screen where their camera is that shows their face to all the other group members, but they may be like working on something else on the computer, and it just looks like they're looking at the computer, not paying attention to the group, but they really aren't, and they're just working on something else.
Yeah, like some problems could be like, there could be like a lack of communication. There's not a lot of trust built up in one another. And there's like one of the biggest problems is that there's no human interaction. So I don't think so. It'd be like you'd be like emotionally or like physically connected with one another. And like Derek said, laziness. You could be doing like what he said. Like you can be in front of the computer screen, but you can be also like sitting on your phone the whole time. So I think it's not probably wouldn't be like the best way to work in a group, but it could work. So.
But would you say it's time saving?
In some cases, yes, it's time saving. Just, if your group has to discuss something, like a little something, something like over the phone or like over a computer chat or something like that would be just fine. But if you guys need to come together and start deciding on like some bigger stuff, like it would be a great idea to come together person to person, face to face, and work out what you guys need to do. So
yeah, I think it'd be like really time consuming if everyone was just like on, like if you could only talk to one person at a time, like FaceTime, you need to hang up and call the other person, and then hang up, call the other person back. So there could be some problems with that kind of stuff.
Thank you so much for participating.
All right, you're welcome.